Hello, fuckers. Today in this video, we will be talking about the S word. Shit? No. Saggy titties? No. Today, we will be talking about sexual assault. And if you guys say anything about my nasty ass, yellow ass hair, I will be blocking you and you're anti-black. I dyed this yesterday, and when I rinsed it out, I thought I was gonna cry, but then I realized, hey, crying will not fix my hair. So I did not cry. About a year ago, I made a video on how being pretty is not everything. Or it was like glowing up sucks, and I was just complaining about how it is, to be drop dead gorgeous like me. In the video, I said originally I lost weight so I could get a boyfriend, right? And newsflash, did I get a boyfriend? No. But you know what I did get? Raped. 3 times. 1, 2, 3, do I give a fuck? No, not really. Should I give a fuck? I don't think so, because I don't really care anymore. I'm still jolly. I'm still happy. I'm still dancing around like usual. And I want you guys to do the same thing. Now, originally, was I jolly and happy and dancing around? No. I was limping and I was bleeding and I was crying. I'm not anymore, so who cares? Now, what I'm about to give you, this godly ancestral wisdom that I'm about to give you, I'm going to make it seem like no one has ever touched you ever. After, writing this down and following my own advice, it's like no one has ever touched me ever. So I wanted to pass that on to you because I love you and I think you guys deserve it. And I don't want you guys to put your life on hold because someone did something like that to you. So the first thing I'm going to say is that this type of stuff happens to everybody. Literally everybody. Look all around you, even if you're alone. Go outside, walk around. Everybody has had that happen to them. Men, women, people that you would never guess that it has happened to them. Like, it has happened to them. Your parents, the most famous celebrities, the most legendariest. Is legendarious a word? I really don't give a shit. We're going to make it a word today. Legendarious. The most legendarious people have been sexually assaulted or raped or molested, whatever the hell. So you are not alone. I just want you to know that. A lot of thoughts people have when things like that happen to us is, if only I didn't go out that night, if only I didn't come over, if only I could have just gotten a little bit loose. Basically blaming ourselves for the incident when it's obviously not our fault. And it doesn't help when we want to open up about our experiences and you have people kicking us when we're already down, telling us, oh, well, you should have done this, or I would have done this, or, well, next time you should do this. Or, guys, our crowd favorite, well, what were you wearing or drinking? Now, why on earth would anyone want to fucking hear that? Like, first of all, that is so insensitive and emotionally unintelligent. And honestly, I think you should get jumped for saying shit like that. And if you have people in your life who are telling you stuff like this, you need to get rid of them immediately, because why would you want someone like that around in your life? It just doesn't make sense, because when someone gets robbed or when a store gets robbed, you wouldn't say that to them. You wouldn't say, well, you should have taken these precautions and blah, 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 blah. But when someone gets raped, you want to say it to them. Is it because we value money over our own bodies? Or we're more materialistic and we worry about more materialistic things over our own bodies? People think rape is just sex, but just one party doesn't want it or both parties don't want it. But it's way more than that. It's a violent crime and it's painful. Like, it's a painful experience. The whole time you're praying to God that it will be over. You can't walk for days afterwards. You end up peeing in your pants. So all that potty training that you did was for fucking nothing. There's ringing in your ears afterwards. You can't see anything. You're dizzy as fuck. It's not just a physical crime, but it's also mentally, like physically and mentally damaging. People don't realize how painful it actually is. It's not enjoyable. People just think it's, oh, well, she just didn't want it or he just didn't want it. Like, no, it's way more than that. Oh, and then here comes the feelings of worthlessness afterwards. and no one believing you. And when you speak out, you're being called a hoe and you're being called an attention whore. And it's just sickening. Or telling someone it's all their fault. Like, why would you say that to someone? Also, I hope you do keep the same energy for when it happens to you, because I've actually witnessed it myself when something similar or worse has happened to them, and they come and call me crying on the phone because it happened to them. And I'm just like, well, honey, I thought you were going to do this. I thought you were going to do that. I would have done this. I would have done that. Shut the fuck up, because you wouldn't, bitch. Number 3, you did not lose anything. The last time it happened to me, I was very, very upset. Like, I was way more upset than the first 2 times it happened. But the last time it happened, I was very upset because this time my hymen broke. And my thoughts were, oh, he won. He got to have my body. He got to have something that I worked so hard for, that I like to keep sacred. But the thing is, he didn't win. He didn't win anything. And he didn't get to have my body either. Getting to have one's body is to get their sexual energy. And to get one's sexual energy, the 2 people who are having sex are both supposed to equally want it. If you guys are having sex and 2 sexual energies are not being involved with each other, and it's just one and not the other, you guys are not having sex. You guys are having a circus. Also, that's just not enjoyable. And for someone to think that would be enjoyable for them, they are a psycho freak, and there's something mentally wrong with them. If the party is enjoying inflicting pain on someone or torturing someone for their own personal benefit, you are dealing with a psycho freak. And I personally cannot take psycho freaks seriously. And neither should you. You pretty much just had an encounter with a crazy person. They did not win anything. If you have to trick someone, coerce someone, or force someone to have sexual relations with you, you are a complete loser. And you did not win anything. You are just a loser, because I don't have to force people to have sex with me. I don't have to force people to do anything for me. And when you have to force people to give you some sort of affection that you want, that you can't get on your own without having to trick people or coerce people or manipulate people into getting what you want, or literally tying them down and forcing them to have sex with you, you are a complete loser. Like, I'm not being mean, I'm just telling the truth. And I hope I am being mean. I hope it does hurt your feelings, because you should have your feelings hurt. You're a complete loser, you sound miserable, and you need to get a hobby. You need to get a different hobby besides raping people. You need to go horseback riding, you need to learn how to play spades, you need to go shopping. If you're broke, that's not my fucking problem. Get a job, McDonald's is hiring. Again, if you like to enjoy inflicting pain on another person or torturing someone for your mutual benefit, you are a psycho freak. And who here can take psycho freaks seriously? Like, I'll wait, raise your hand. Pause the video, comment what's going on. That person is no better than the people outside screaming at people with no shoes on. So basically, you just had a temporary experience with a fucking crazy person. You did not lose anything. You're worth way more than you think you are. And that was just a bump in the road. It was just an event, and the event is over. And we don't have to think about these events anymore, because the past is gone. And you are no longer the person you were when that happened to you. Every day you grow into a different person. So the person they touched is not the you today. So why be upset about it? You didn't rape the me today. You raped the other person. You raped the old me. And the old me doesn't exist anymore. So the experience doesn't exist anymore. Therefore, the thoughts of when it happened to me or when it happened to you should not exist anymore. Because, be honest, why would you want to think about that all the time? That is such a brutal and disgusting experience to just replay over and over in your head. There's also other better things to think about. You are safe now. Hopefully you're safe. If you're still getting abused, honey, call me. Call me, because I'll shoot that bitch up. let's stay present. What's going on today? What are you doing today? What were your goals in life before that happened to you? Let's stick to your goals. A way to be less emotional about things is to have a goal. To have a goal in mind. For example, I'm still homeless. I sleep on the subway. I don't care. Should I care? Should I be crying all the time and upset? Maybe I should. But I have a goal, and my goal is to help people and to save the world. And also, I want to be a model and an actress. So I focus on the goals that I have, and I'm not really worried about where I'm sleeping at night because at the end of the day, I know I'm going to be safe. I know I'm going to achieve my goals, and I'm on a mission. If you're on a mission, whatever you have that comes in the way of the mission needs to be executed. So if something bad happens, whatever, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission in life. I have to do this. I have to do this. I don't have time to think about other things like that. I don't have time to think about bad things that happen to me. I don't have time to think about what people have done to me in the past. I have things to do now, and I could use the experiences that I have gone through and heal from that to help other people heal. And that's how I am I'm so unfazed when bad things happen to me. I am not going to let some loser, psycho freak, ugly dude ruin my life. I'm not. I'm not going to let a psycho freak ruin all my plans that I've had. I'm going to stick to my plans, and I'm going to get the fuck over it, and I'm going to move on. Yeah, it did hurt. Yeah, I did feel worthless, but deep down inside, I know damn well I'm not worthless. And just because someone sticks their finger in you or wee-wee in you or whatever without your permission does not make your worth or your value go down any less. And for people who do say things like that, it just does not make any sense. It's just a whole ego thing. What you feel afterwards, if he didn't give you any STDs or anything like that, the you before and the you afterwards should be the same. Like nothing physically happened to me. Like I'm fine. I'm still walking. I'm safe. I'm not sick. I'm not pregnant. Some people are pregnant because that has happened to them. But I'm fine. Me, I'm physically still okay. I'm still mentally okay because my physical is still okay. I'm still intact. I'm fine. I'm going to move on. I could just stick to my other steps if that has happened to you. This whole thing, this whole experience that you have had is not a forever thing. None of these tiny little experiences that you have throughout this life are not forever things, unless you make it a forever thing. Now, a lot of you guys are going to be mad at me for this one, but forgiveness. And when I mean forgiveness, if you watched my F word video, which I'm pretty sure you haven't because that video only has 7 views. Anyways, if you watched my forgiveness video, you'd know what I mean by forgiveness. And when I mean by forgiveness, I don't mean like inviting your abuser out for drinks and saying, hey, even though you raped me in the asshole, the beer's on me. No, I'm talking about letting the situation go and forgiving him or her, forgiving him, her, they, them, whatever. I'm saying bad things in life are going to happen to you. There's going to be way worse things, and there's going to be slightly better worse things. There's still bad things that are going to happen to you. You can either go 2 ways about it, though. You can grow, learn from that experience and move on, or you can suppress it and relive it every day. Which sounds better to you? Like for your character and for your growth, which one sounds better to you? Do you want to grow as a human being and evolve, or do you want to just be stuck at that bump at the road? These people who have done this stuff to you aren't evil, as much as you'd like to think they are evil. And trust me, when a lady who told me this, She got raped and she found out that she was pregnant a week later, and that's when she figured out she was raped and she had a child. And she told me this. She told me that even though you think they're evil, they're not evil. They're ignorant, they're fucked up, and they're damaged also. Don't get mad at them as much as you want to be mad at them, because honey, I wanted to be mad at them. But it's better to be glad. Be glad that you are not them. You are better than them. Once you get that through your head, you will be at peace with your life and you will move on so you can exceed the expectations of the goals that you had before the incident even happened. Remember, you're in control. You're the star of your own show and you control what happens. You are also the director and the producer, blah, blah, blah. You get to decide how long you want to drag out the events in each episode that you have. You can either make the episode like a cartoon where, the character dies. Like one of the main characters dies, and then the next episode they show up like nothing ever happened in the first place. Or you can make it like Degrassi and drag one situation out and make it the theme of the whole entire series or the whole entire season. 5 minutes of one episode, or you could drag it out for the whole entire series or season. It's whatever you want to do, whichever seems less depressing for you to watch. Again, like those cartoons, they be getting injured, they be getting killed, they be getting piano smashed on their heads, and then the next episode, they just walk around like nothing ever happened, and nor do they mention it. Not saying you shouldn't mention what has happened to you. Not saying that. But, the more you mention it, the more you're reliving it. The more you mention it, the more you're reliving it in your head, the more you're thinking about it. And you don't want to be thinking about bad events like that. You want to be thinking about happy events, like whatever your birthday cake flavor was, or I don't know. I didn't have a birthday cake this year. I'm getting off topic, and that might be my ADHD. I love you and have the day you deserve.